The night was calm, the kind of suburban quiet where you could hear crickets and the occasional hum of a distant car. But on Willow Lane, red and blue lights sliced through the stillness, painting the street in a surreal glow. Officer Daniels stepped out of his patrol car, one hand stifling a grin as he surveyed the scene. There, in the middle of the road, stood Linda Harper, wide-brimmed hat tilted defiantly, one arm jabbing at the sky, the other clutching a clipboard like it was her lifeline. Her voice echoed, shrill and unyielding, as she declared to anyone who'd listened that a saw cloud had been lurking over her house for hours, spying on her every move. This was her third 911 call that day, and she wasn't budging until that suspicious formation was gone. I watched it all unfold from my porch, coffee mug warm in my hands, wondering how my quiet life as an astronomy nerd had led to saw. I'm just a guy who loves the stars. By day, I crunch data for a research lab. By night, I'm out back with my telescope, mapping constellations. Never thought that'd make me public enemy number one to Linda, our HOA president. 6 months ago, she'd spotted my telescope and decided I was running a spy ring. She filed a complaint, claiming I was using surveillance equipment to snoop on neighbors. The irony hit hard now, watching her literally stalk the sky. Linda was infamous for her HOA tyranny, finding people for VYing trash cans out too long, scolding folks for planting unapproved roses, even trying to ban kids' bikes for VYing tire marks. But this cloud obsession? It was next level. It started 3 weeks back when Linda accused me of messing with the weather. No joke, she thought my telescope was pulling unauthorized clouds over the neighborhood. I got a formal HOA letter one morning, warning me to stop attracting unusual atmospheric phenomena. When I called her baffled, she explained, dead serious, that my stargazing was summoning suspicious formations. Soon, she was spamming the neighborhood with emails, urging everyone to avoid certain clouds and report aerial anomalies. The emails got weirder bans on drones, kites, even bird feeders, which she claimed drew airborne irregularities. Most folks started dodging her, but Linda's paranoia only grew. She carried that clipboard everywhere, snapping sky photos at all hours, muttering about government weather plots. Last Tuesday, things went wild. I was working from home when shouting broke out. Linda had planted herself in the street, blocking cars, screaming that a cumulus cloud was circling her roof, photographing her property. When sweet old Mrs. Thompson tried to explain clouds move with the wind, Linda lost it, calling her a conspirator. Then, on speakerphone for all to hear, she called 911, telling the dispatcher she was under attack by hostile atmospheric forces. The poor dispatcher thought it was a prank. Linda ranted for 20 minutes about the cloud's cameras, insisting she had proof. When the dispatcher suggested a doctor, she hung up, only to call back twice more, each time angrier, demanding action against weather warfare. By the third call, they sent Officer Daniels, expecting a prank or a breakdown. They got neither. They got Linda, while VYing her clipboard like it was FBI EVY Denke, packed with photos, timestamps, and notes on clouds she called aerial spies. Daniels tried to get her off the road, but she refused, demanding he investigate the active cloud. That's when I stepped in. I showed Daniels my security footage, quietly, so Linda wouldn't see. The VY Deos were damning. Linda creeping through neighbors' yards at night, photographing the sky, muttering about atmospheric insurgents. One clip showed her backyard, where she'd set up a shrine with anti-aircraft spotlight spot online aimed at the heavens. Daniel's face hardened as he watched. This wasn't just a quirky meltdown. It was harassment, trespassing, a public nuisance. He tried reasoning with Linda again, but she exploded, accusing him of being in on it for not arresting the cloud. Then, in a moment that'll live in neighborhood legend, she demanded he call backup to surround the cloud, claiming it threatened our safety. When he said police don't arrest weather, she accused him of neglecting his duty and threatened to report him. And then, brace yourself, she tried to perform a citizen's arrest on the cloud, pointing at the sky, reciting some internet arrest protocol with all the drama of a courtroom showdown. Daniels had enough. After a quick radio check with his super VY soar, He told Linda she was under arrest for misusing 911 and disturbing the peace. The words hit her like a thunderbolt. She screamed, "The cloud will outlive you all," as he cuffed her, still gripping her clipboard. Neighbors peeked out, some filming, as Linda ranted about atmospheric conspiracies from the patrol car's back seat. As the car pulled away, the street fell silent. The cloud, oblivious, drifted off with the breeze. That night, Mrs. Thompson called an emergency HOA meeting. By unanimous vote, Linda was ousted as president. The relief was electric. Neighbors finally aired months of her bizarre antics, free from her reign. But Linda's troubles were just starting. The 911 misuse charge brought a due law $1,500 fine and 40 hours of community service. Disturbing the peace added due law $500 and a mandatory psych evaluation. Her job at an insurance firm suspended her after the story went viral. A woman arrested for calling the cops on a cloud doesn't exactly scream stable employee. Local news ate it up, torching her reputation overnight. 3 weeks later, in court, Linda stood defiant, insisting she was right. As the judge read her sentence to years probation, fines, service, and a restraining order against weather-related 911 calls, her face turned ashen, like the cloud she despised. She whispered, "This isn't over. The truth about the skies will come out." When she pointed at the courtroom ceiling, claiming it was monitored from above, the bailiff escorted her out, her voice echoing down the hall. Willow Lane hasn't been the same since. We're free from Linda's clipboard, but her story lingers, a wild tale of paranoia run amok. That cloud, though, it's long gone, floating somewhere, probably laughing at us all. So what do you think? Was Linda just a woman pushed too far, or did her obsession reveal a deeper truth about control and fear? Should the neighborhood have stepped in sooner, or was her downfall inevitable? And dare I ask, have you ever seen a cloud that looked just a little too suspicious? Drop your thoughts below. Hit that like button if this story blew your mind, and subscribe for more tales that'll keep you glued to the screen. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video. Thank you for taking the time to listen to today's story on Store of Good Stories. If this story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to hit like and share the video to spread this positive message to more people. And if this is your first time here, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any of the meaningful stories we share every week. Your support is the biggest motivation for Store of Good Stories to keep bringing heartfelt and valuable stories to you. See you in the next video.